I made a phone call to Las Vegas. And I said, can you come and be with us tonight? So she flew in all the way from Las Vegas, Juanita Lolita. Give her a warm welcome.
Look at him. He had no idea how to say my name. What is wrong with him? Hola. Oh, I know you can do better than that for me. Hola. I am so excited to be here. It was wonderful. We got to pledge allegiance to the flag. Woo! And we got to pray to Jesus. It was magical. And I am so excited. He asked me to come and do a little bit of comedy for you tonight. But like he tried to say, Mike did, my name is Juanita Lolita. And I need to know, can you say for me, Juanita Lolita?
Juanita Lolita.
That's pretty good. And that's a funny name, huh? It's funny. It's funny. It's funny to me. You know what is funny to me about the name Juanita Lolita? I don't talk like that. I don't even know how to speak Spanish. How many of you are happy I'm not going to do this to you? This guy right here is looking at me going, I don't understand nothing. I don't see any subtitles. Juanita Lolita, kid you not, y'all, that is my real name. My parents did that to me. My first name is Juanita, my middle name is Lolita, and my last name growing up was Mills. Juanita Lolita Mills. And do y'all have any idea how hard it is to have the name Juanita Lolita and not know how to speak Spanish? And what's crazy is that my older sister, she knows how to speak Spanish. But that's because she was born in Miami. And I was born in Florida. I've been to Miami, haven't I? But that is my real name. And y'all, I got my name because I am the product of a West Virginia hillbilly. Oh, you from West Virginia? Do what? Close enough? Let me see your teeth. I tell you what, just pass them up. The other half of me is a New York City Puerto Rican. So that makes me a hillbilly Rican. And all that really means is that deep down inside of me, half of me doesn't like the other half. It means that half of my family came to this country on a boat, and the other half was standing on the shore, shooting at them. I'm serious, y'all should see my parents' photo album from their wedding. It looks like just half of the family came, the Hispanic side, because the hillbillies all wore camouflage and you couldn't see them. And just a bunch of floating heads with no teeth. But that's a hard marriage right there, y'all, a hillbilly and a Puerto Rican. But I kind of think all marriages are difficult, aren't they? Do we have married people here this evening? Okay, do you see that total lack of enthusiasm? Right? Y'all were like, oh, what'd she have to bring that up for? Right? Because people change when they get married, don't they? Look, yeah, I got an amen almost from you, right? They do. When we were dating, if I said I was thirsty, he'd go, oh, baby, you let me get you something to drink. I'd rather get it, right? And now that we're married, if I say I'm thirsty, he'll go, baby, get me something while you're up. Right? It's true. It's true. Before we got married, I thought he was Superman. I did, because there was nothing he couldn't do. Nothing. And I still think he's Superman. I'm just convinced that gold wedding band is kryptonite. Because ever since he said I do, he don't no more. Being married is one of the reasons that I don't eat healthy. It is. I saw this woman on TV. She was, oh yes, you know, if you take good care of yourself, and if you eat right, you can live to be 100 years old. I took one look at my husband, and I went and got a cheeseburger with chili fries. That's a long time to be with one person. He feels the same way. Who do you think was driving the car? I tell you. But I love my husband, I do. But I tell you what, it gets a little bit different, right? Because we've been married a while and you figure you know your spouse. I realize, y'all, that this past Christmas that I don't know my husband. Because he gave me a gun for Christmas. Kid you not, a gun. I guess nothing says the birth of our Savior and peace on earth like a semi-automatic weapon. And I'm sorry, but when you've been married to a woman for almost 20 years, I don't think giving her a gun is the best decision to make. I mean, at this point in our marriage, if I did anything, the judge would just say, it's been over 10 years. I'm sure he had it coming. He gave her the gun. Especially if I get a woman judge, she'd be, oh, case dismissed. And I plead insanity. Right? Because you men know just as well as women that being married can drive you crazy sometimes, right? Right? He said, yes, it does. And see, you men, you know that. Because you'll come home and you'll go, come on, darling, get dressed, we're going to dinner. Right? Then you get that woman out to dinner and it takes her 20 minutes to order off the menu. Drives you crazy, don't it? Yeah. Now, ladies, we've got to do better. I mean, after all, it's McDonald's. You know that's the truth. I know that it's a special occasion if he takes me inside. No drive-thru for you, baby. Happy anniversary. Ooh, and if he takes me to the McDonald's that's inside the Walmart, he considers that dinner and a show. You've been there, haven't you? But I tell you, you know, we talked about, you know, people changing when they get married. And, y'all, I realize that I changed too, right? I have. So I was wanting to put a spark in our marriage, okay? One of the ladies in my Bible study, she said, oh, you got to do what I did. She had went online and got a pair of fishnet stockings. I don't think that's going to add a spark to my marriage. I don't think he wants to see a sumo wrestler in a hammock. Do you know what I'm saying? Y'all, the fat on my thighs would squish out of those little holes. It'd be like Play-Doh squeezing through a cheese grater. The only thing that's going to do is stop that man from ever going fishing again. And they also said we should have a date night. Right? Married couples have date nights. My husband loved the idea of date night. Till he found out it was with me. But it's still important to have some Christian friends in your life, isn't it, y'all? You got to have some Christian friends in your life, right? Because my other girlfriends, when I tell them about my husband, their advice to me is, well, you should kill him. I can't do that. But my Christian girlfriends, when I tell them about my husband, their advice to me is, oh, well, bless his little old heart. We need to pray for him. And then you need to kill him. And we'll pray for forgiveness. Much better advice there, isn't it? But I do have some advice for y'all. This works for men or women. If you want your significant other to think before they speak, you tell them you want to become a comedian. My husband is so afraid of giving me new material that he hasn't spoken to me in months. Of course, it doesn't help at all that I'm following him around with a pen and piece of paper going, You better slow down. Next time I'm wearing a wire. Then I realized, y'all, I was wearing a wire. Victoria's Secret could make a fortune if that underwire had a microphone. Wouldn't that be great? I tell you what. I tell you. And I needed to have one of them microphones the other day, y'all. I did. Because my husband was out of town and I called him up. I said, honey, how's it going? And he said, oh, I don't like this area that I'm at. He said, I went out to dinner and a cougar tried to pick me up. Cougar. Y'all, my husband is over 55 years old. If an older woman's trying to pick him up, that's not a cougar. That's a saber-toothed tiger. All right, y'all, it's about my time to get out of here. But before I do, just so y'all know, as you know it, I did all clean comedy for you tonight. That's what I always do. God has put me in a very odd mission field. I perform clean, God-honoring comedy in the secular comedy clubs all across the country. Yeah. So even though I'm born and raised right here in Florida, he talked about Vegas because actually I just got sent to Vegas to perform in the World Series of Comedy. So I took Jesus to Sin City, y'all. Thank you. But it's been absolutely amazing what God's done for me. And like I said, I do all these jokes talking about Jesus and talking about the Lord in the secular comedy clubs. Like I said, that is my mission field. And I call it Stand Up for Him. So I actually have a t-shirt available in the back. I have two of them. I have this one that says Stand Up for Him. And then I have another one that says Stand Up for Him, because this is America and in God I trust. And if you did like my comedy, the 3 or 4 of you out there that laughed, now I do have a full-length 50-minute DVD back there as well. If you are on Facebook, Twitter, any of that stuff, I'm on there. Don't forget to like me. And y'all just come on back and say hi, and everything I sell just keeps me in my mission field. But thank you so much for having me here. It's been a blessing and an honor.
Hey, I just have one thing to say. I understand why your husband didn't come tonight.